I think that I started to talk less and listen more as the first time I pair up with people from different ethnicities, because these tended to be a group assignment. And I admit that I am the one who speaks the most in the group, but in other words, you can chatty. But when it comes to sharing ideas from different cultural perspectives, I stay more unchatty.
Right now, I don't really have any difficulties working with other different ethnicities. I've kind of gotten used to it. But back then, when I was still a shy wee lad, I had trouble working with generally anyone. So what I would do is I would just try my hardest to pretend to understand them, and then go back home and translate everything they say.
Well, there was time when I am put in a group with people from different ethnics. There are Indians, there are also Caucasians, and there are a lot of Asians, and we are forced to work together. Of course, we may face some conflicts and we may face some disagreements where we do not agree with one another because we come from different backgrounds and we follow different cultures. However, I adapted my style of being really honest, and I tell them straightforward what I want and what I would like and what I do not like. And therefore, I think that this could reduce the disagreement, and also reduce the conflict that could happen in the group discussion, and also it speeds up our effectiveness to produce the outcome.
The people in my tutorial classes are mostly Malaysians. There are not many people of different ethnicities. For me, aside from sometimes language barrier, there's not much difference between us. I guess because the culture between Indonesia and Malaysia is quite similar, so I don't find it pretty hard relating with them.
Since I was young, grew up in a totally different environment, and I was totally Chinese educated. And now I'm in a different environment, which is filled with a lot of different people. So the way that they do their work is totally different than mine. Like they tend to take things slow, and they are very chill. They don't like to stress out their mind.
When I'm doing social work, I get to deal and I get to meet with different people that come from different backgrounds. Well, while volunteering in a poorer community, I get to understand their culture and understand their lifestyle and how they deal with different kind of activities and how they deal with different kind of problems. And sooner or later, I develop skills and I learn how to respect. Most importantly is to respect their way of living.
I think that it is improving slowly as the people around me don't really look down on both girls or boys. The society is improving, and I think that both genders have shown their strengths and willing to help each other from different gender rather than trying to replacing them.
I think that gender equality has gone a long ways throughout the ages. Back then, women were actually oppressed and didn't have much rights as men do, and now it has really improved a great deal. However, in some countries where I would say religion that dominates, gender equality isn't that great over there. Women's rights aren't that strong.
Well, talking about gender equality, well, in my family, I feel that I'm very blessed because all of my siblings were treated the same, and there is no such thing as a gender gap, or there is no such thing as gender inequality in my area. However, reading newspaper, I realized that gender equality is a really, really big issue, especially in rural areas and also in some of the districts, especially India, where baby girls are being dumped. Millions of baby girls are being dumped once they are born, because parents usually think boys are more capable more capable of bringing income to the family. And also the gender pay gap in Malaysia is, even though it's getting better, but there is still a significantly big gap among the women pay and among the men's pay, and therefore I really put emphasis on this issue because I think that gender equality needs to be achieved.
Men and women are on the same level. There are no difference between men and women because what men does, women can also achieve it very easily. And for me, I've never really experienced any gender inequality because nowadays we live in the 20th century and people's minds have changed, not like back in the days. The women were treated unfairly and they were judged badly.
The best encounter for me is that I get to know how their lifestyle works and some of their working methods, like when doing group assignment they prefer to do this first or that first. So it's like I get to learn, I get to absorb more things, and I get to improve myself in many different perspectives.
My worst encounter, I would say whenever I go online and talk to people from different cultures. Since we have different cultures, we don't really understand each other's cultures, so sometimes misunderstandings. Best encounters from that comes to people from different cultures. Right now, I have several friends, like really good friends, who are of different cultures as me.
Since back in Indonesia, particularly in my city, there are not many people of different ethnicities, so going here to Malaysia and meeting so many different people, almost all of them are very friendly and they're all very accepting, and they also understand that not all of us can speak English perfectly. So yeah, I think like that's the best experience that I've encountered meeting people with different culture.
I've never experienced the worst, but only the best, because I myself lived in Malaysia for a long time, and I've almost experienced three of the culture in every ways, like how Chinese celebrate festivals, how Malay did their wedding ceremony, or how Indians celebrate just anything, festivals, weddings. Yeah, for me it was really fun.
Well, talking about my encounter with people from different culture, I would say that my worst encounter is culture shock, because you have people from different culture and people from different background, and you expect different outcomes. While working with people from different ethnics and working with people with different culture, the most interesting part is that you get to understand their culture and to learn from it and to learn how to respect, even though sometimes you may not like the way they work or you may not like the way things turn out, but it all comes down to one point. It is to respect and also to learn from others, as no culture is the same, and we need to learn how to accept one another for our differences so that we can make the world a better place. While the worst encounter, as I mentioned just now, is culture shock, and also coming to a lot of conflicts while we have different culture, because the opinions that we have may differ so much that we could not even understand why is that person thinking this way or why is that person thinking that way, and we often look upon ourselves and think that that person is weird, but actually all of us are different because we come from different culture, and therefore the thing that I really learned is to learn how to accept and value others.